My name's Mason. I'm 15 years old and I just moved to Kitchener from Hamilton with my mom after my parents split. A couple months after we moved here, my mom, she met her boyfriend Hank and his 2 kids, an 8 and a 4-year-old. They moved in with us here. They're okay, I guess, but I really miss my dad. And sharing a room with an 8-year-old sucks. They expect me to look after the kids all the time. I also have a big brother Neil back in Hamilton, but he stayed with my dad because he just started to go to university at Mac there. I miss him more than anything. A few months after Hank moved in with us, my mom, she found a lump in her breast. They diagnosed her with breast cancer. Now she's going to the hospital for chemo, and she feels pretty awful and is sick all the time. Before my mom got sick, I kind of wanted to move back to Hamilton. I miss my dad and all of my friends there, but I can't leave her alone now, not even knowing if she's gonna live. To be honest, I have nightmares about her dying. The past couple of months, I just haven't been able to get to sleep at night. The thoughts just keep spinning around and around and around in my head. And even when my body wants to go to sleep, my mind, it just won't shut up. So I've kind of been skipping a lot of school because after laying out there all night, I just can't be motivated to get up. And when I'm there, it's not like there's a point anyways. I felt like I didn't have anything going for me. I had to write a poem for English class. It went like this. Weed, whiskey, not coming home, her. Popcorn, Pepsi, walking the dog, me. Dyed hair, ripped jeans, yellowed fingers, her. Ponytails, cardigans, trim nails, me. And not seeming to care, her. Essays, agendas, trying to impress, me. Aching, exposed, incomplete, vulnerable, us. My teacher, she called me up at the end of class after all the other kids had left. She told me she had read my poem and she was wondering if anything was bugging me because the poem kind of made her think something was up. I just started crying. I couldn't stop. I'm glad the other kids weren't in there because there could have been 1,000 people in that classroom and I wouldn't have been able to stop crying. Miss Jenkins, she took me down to guidance. Mr. Simon, he talked to me there and he tried to get me to calm down. He really wanted to call my mom, but I begged him not to. She had too much to worry and stress about. She didn't need to be worried about me too. He promised he wouldn't call her, but he did say we need to solve the problem. He told me about the walk-in counseling clinic and was wondering if I'd be okay to go over there that afternoon. On the ride there, I was really nervous. I had never been to see a therapist before, and I didn't know what to expect or what they would say. After I got there, we didn't have to wait long. In about 15 minutes, they called me in. I was terrified. The therapist, Jenny, she was actually a lot better than I expected. Like, I told her stuff I never in a million years thought I would ever tell anyone. And she listened to everything I had to say, and she asked a lot of questions. She even asked if I'd ever thought about hurting myself before. And you think I would have been mad, right? That's kind of like a deep question to ask for someone you don't know, but the way she said it, it was the most non-judgmental thing ever. I told her I thought about it, but not seriously or anything. I just love my mom and dad too much. She told me it's good, but that if I ever did think about it seriously, I would tell someone, like my mom, dad, or Mr. Simon. She even gave me a bunch of numbers I could call and stuff. Jenny and I, we talked a lot. One of the things we talked about was what would help me get to sleep at night. And Jenny, she gave me a lot of suggestions. The one that worked best for me is distracting myself. You occupy your mind with something unimportant, like 17's times tables. It's hard enough that it stops your mind from wandering into scarier and more stressful things. Jenny also talked to me a lot about what would make me feel happier. She reminded me that I had a lot of friends and I had a lot of things going for me. And right now, more than ever, I need my friends and I need to make a point of seeing them. Going down to Hamilton last week for a couple of days to visit my dad and my friends there made me feel happier than I have in so long. It was also good to get a break from Hank and the kids. She even talked about what would make me happier while I was in Kitchener. Things like walking the dog or going to the gym after school, just for some alone time. Jenny, she also asked me about my mom and what it's like for her to have cancer. She's the first person I really told about how truly terrified I am that my mom's not going to live. Jenny asked if I had ever thought about telling my mom about how I was feeling, but I never wanted to because I didn't want to stress her out with my worry and my stress and make her more sad. As I was talking to Jenny, I've realized that maybe my mom's feeling the same way, but she doesn't want to stress me out or make me more sad. Jenny suggested that I put this thought to the test. Just the other day, I finally worked up the courage to talk to my mom. And you know what? We were right. Me and my mom, we talked for hours and ended up crying together and curling up on the couch. It kind of felt like we were going to be okay together again. For now, my family, we're doing a lot better. And when I went to the walk-in counseling clinic, I felt like there were so many bits in my mind I wouldn't know where to start. But they really did help me sort through all my problems. But I know if I start to have problems again, I can always go back to the walk-in counseling clinic at KW Counselling.